Hello everyone, I am Apeksha and I welcome you back to this series which is dedicated to understanding the stock market basics. So I hope you must have listened to people talking about share market, and whenever they are discussing about it, they will for sure say that the market went up today by so and so points, or maybe it went down, or else there was no moment in the market, etc. Okay. So what do they mean when they are saying this? So we are here to explore that today. We are here to see what is exactly behind their "आज तो market बढ़ गया या घट गया" and all of those terms or jargons that they use. So this is what we are going to talk about today. We will start with the meaning of stock market index. Then we will discuss about the main stock market indices in India, that is your Nifty and Sensex. Then we will talk about the global indices, and at the end we will see the importance of analyzing an index. Now let us begin with the meaning of an index. So before exactly getting into the meaning, I will tell you one example that will make you understand the meaning in a very simplistic manner. So just imagine that you are in a sabzi mandi, okay, in a vegetable market where you want to buy 5 kilos of tomatoes. So what are you going to do? What will be your action? You will definitely go ahead and check the quality of a few tomatoes. You will see their texture, their color, etc. Right? And you might ask the sabzi wala as well whether this is fresh, etc. And then you will plan to buy it. You will place your order. But are you going to check each and every tomato out of those 5 kilo tomatoes that you're going to buy? Obviously not. That's not going to be possible, and that's not even practical to keep checking each and every tomato, right? So similarly, that is what happens here in the stock market. Here in the stock market, we have got around about 5,000 companies listed on Bombay Stock Exchange, okay? And there are around about 1,500 companies listed on National Stock Exchange. So in order to check how is the stock market doing, you really cannot go ahead and check each and every stock, because there are like thousands of stocks that you need to undergo, which is not practically possible. So that's the reason there is an index which is formulated to give you an idea on what is the market doing, okay? So a stock market index is actually a measurement of a few selected stocks which are basically grouped together to form an index. So that's how an index is formed, by selecting a few stocks out of the total lot, and those are selected by the stock market only, okay, based on their performance, etc. And the value of this selected stocks is then used to calculate the value of the index. So these are the two main stock market indices in India, that is Sensex and Nifty. Sensex is the index of Bombay Stock Exchange and Nifty is of National Stock Exchange. So Bombay Stock Exchange is, by the way, the oldest stock market exchange in India as well as in Asia. And then we have got Nifty. So the formulation of Sensex for index calculation, there are total 30 stocks that are taken into consideration, and for Nifty there are 50 stocks. Now who selects these stocks? These are selected by the stock exchange only. There are certain parameters that the stock market has. The stocks that fit into that criteria, they are taken, and their values are used in order to calculate this index. So the value of Nifty right now is around 10,383. I am telling you the yesterday's closing price, and for Sensex it is 35,172. Look at the number of companies that are listed on these exchanges. I already told you, right? There are approximately 5,500 on Sensex, and there are 1,500 on Nifty, approximately 1,500. And this is the base year that is used to calculate your index. For Sensex it is 7879, for Nifty it is 1995. Now there is this method called as the free float market capitalization, which is used in order to calculate Sensex or Nifty or most of the stock market indices for that matter. So I'll try to tell you what this free float market capitalization is. Before explaining you the meaning of free float market capitalization, let me first tell you what is market capitalization. So market capitalization is equal to your total number of shares multiplied by market price of the company, okay? So the market price of the company will keep changing on a daily basis because of the demand and supply in the market. So that is why your market capitalization also keeps on changing. So that's market capitalization. Now coming back to free float market capitalization, under this what happens is the value of the company is calculated by excluding the promoter holding. Now let me give you an example. For example, there is a company which has a total of 10 lakh shares, okay, out of which 4 lakh shares are held by the promoters. So for calculating free float market capitalization, we are only going to use the remaining 6 lakh shares. We are going to exclude the promoter holding, that is 4 lakh shares. So for both NSE as well as BSE, free float market capitalization is used. Now what happens is, under this particular method, it reflects a better market trend, okay, because we are considering only those shares which are available for trading. Promoter shares are not going to be available for trading, so that is why it gives you a broad based picture, and it also helps in reducing the concentration of only top few companies in calculating the index. Now let's try to understand the calculation of Nifty. So I actually came across this one particular PDF on NSE's website which has all the details related to calculation of Nifty. What I will do is I will put the link to that particular PDF in the description box so you can check that properly. I have just taken a couple of screenshots here for your understanding. So look at this. This is the sectoral representation of Nifty. So these are the sectors, and that's how the weightage is decided by the NSE. And here there is weightage of the stocks. Now the 50 stocks that are making your Nifty, they are not going to be the same always. If there is some problem with a particular stock, it will be removed from the Nifty's index. So recently there was Yes Bank which was removed after the problem that took place in the bank. Okay, so that's how the index is decided by the exchange. So there are certain other additional indices as well for NSE as well as for BSE. I am talking about NSE over here, so you yourself can go and check out for BSE as well. So first of all, there is broad market indices. We already spoke about it, right? Your Nifty and Sensex is one of the broad market indices, but there are others as well. So here mainly what happens is they consist of large and liquid stocks that are listed on exchange, okay? Under sector specific, that gives you an idea about the behavior and performance of a particular sector, such as pharma sector, IT, metal, etc. Under strategic indices, what happens is there are certain parameters that are finalized. These are certain quantitative parameters which are finalized by the exchange, and based on that this index is formulated. Under thematic, there is an investment philosophy, okay, or a particular idea which is decided. Based on that index is formulated. And when we talk about fixed income indices, that gives you an idea about the bond market in that country. Now these are the global market indices. I have given an example of a couple of countries. You can go ahead and check the index for other important nations as well. So one basic thing is that when you are analyzing the global market index, you get an understanding regarding what's happening in the international markets. Okay, that's one thing. Secondly, what happens is Korean markets, Japanese plus Chinese markets, they basically open before our Nifty opens. And then there is USA market which opens in the evening at 7 p.m. So when our markets are shut, we can actually go ahead and track these markets to get an understanding on what is happening, because all these indices, they are correlated. So if there is something bad that happens in maybe Dow Jones, which is the USA's index, and then in the morning, the next morning, the same reaction will be there in our index most of the times. So that is why even when our markets are shut, people do track this international index to get an idea on how will Nifty behave on the next day, or how will it open, how will it close, etc. Okay, you get an idea by gauging the global market indices, or maybe going through or studying this global market indices. Okay, so here are a few additional pointers. Now sorting thing we already discussed, right? We spoke that there are a lot of stocks that are there on the market, so it is not practically possible to go ahead and check out everything. So there is sorting. So this is already done by the stock market for you. There are various types of indices that are given, which we spoke about. If you yourself want to make a particular index, you can definitely go ahead and do that. If you have an idea that, okay, I think this is something I should sort of go ahead and calculate, then you can do it by yourself. Secondly, there is benchmarking. Now by benchmarking, what I mean is, for example, if I have a portfolio, okay, so what I'll do is I'll check the returns of that portfolio, and then I will check the return of a one particular index, which will tell me whether my portfolio is beating the market or it is not beating the market. So for example, if I have majority of stocks that are a part of Nifty, then I will directly compare it with Nifty. So you will have to check, okay, which is the index that will be a perfect suit for your portfolio, and accordingly you can check that. Also, one more example is that if you are going to a mutual fund website, okay, go to any mutual fund website, check out a particular fund. they will give you the returns. They will give you a chart which will show you how is that fund performing since inception, and they will compare it with a correct index. So they will compare it either with Nifty, maybe Sensex, or Nifty 500, etc. So that way they will do it. The third point is represents the psychology of the market participants, right? So now there are a lot of people who are buying, selling in the market. There are people who are traders, there are investors, etc. So this particular Nifty or any particular index for that matter will tell you the psychology of all these people. How are they thinking? What are their decisions, or anything that happens in the economy? How did they react to it? So you can study that as well. And the fourth point is ambiguity. Now, what I mean by ambiguity is sometimes what happens is, for example, if the market is performing, better, if the Nifty is going up, when I say market is performing better, I mean that the Nifty is maybe going up. And we think that, okay, everything is good, all the stocks are doing better, all the 50 stocks are doing better, etc. But no, that's not the case always. Sometimes what happens is there are only a couple of stocks, only a very few stocks that are performing better, and they have a good weightage in that particular index, because of which you think that the entire index is behaving in that manner, entire index is doing good, all the stocks are doing good. But that's not the case. Other stocks, they might not be doing good, or they might not have any kind of a moment, but just because few stocks are doing better and the index is doing better, you might think that, but that's wrong. So that is why you also need to be very thorough with your analysis, and you have to check what are the other individual stocks doing as well, or else maybe you can see what is one particular sector doing. We also spoke about the sectoral chart that is there, sectoral weightage. So whenever there is a change in Nifty or a particular Sensex, etc., you can go ahead and see, okay, is it because of a particular company, is it because of a particular some kind of a change that has happened in particular sector. So that is actually, that makes much more sense to analyze it in such a way. So I have more or less discussed everything about this particular topic. So that's it from my end. If you have any questions, any kind of clarifications, or any suggestions for us, please note it down in the comment section. We will definitely have a look at it. Please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any important aspect related to financial market. Thank you so much.